There are days when you wake up and everything around you feels blurry, like you're looking through dusty glass. Your trust in your own perception feels fragile. Emotions seem distorted. Your memories are called into question. A strange thought creeps in. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong. If you've ever felt this way, it's not because you're weak. It's not your imagination. It's a sign of a deeply harmful and manipulative form of psychological abuse, gaslighting. Gaslighting isn't a joke or a simple misunderstanding. It's a calculated form of emotional abuse, slowly wearing down your ability to judge reality and trust yourself. It doesn't leave bruises on the skin, but it wounds the soul until the victim can no longer trust their own memory, feelings, or even reality. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a form of manipulation where the abuser persistently makes you question what you know to be true. The term comes from the 1938 play Gaslight, in which a husband gradually dims the gaslights in their home, and when his wife notices, he insists she's imagining it. Over time, she begins to believe she's losing her mind. Gaslighting can happen in any kind of relationship: romantic, marital, familial, friendships, or at work. It doesn't always come from someone obviously toxic. Sometimes it comes from someone who says, "I'm only doing this for your own good." It unfolds slowly, quietly, so subtly that you don't even realize you're being led away from yourself. The manipulation mechanism, how gaslighting takes you away from yourself. This isn't a one-time act. It's a deliberate, repeated process meant to make you doubt yourself. Each stage tightens the grip around your sense of autonomy, planting the seed of doubt. It starts small, maybe with a denial, "I never said that," or a gentle correction, "You're mistaken." When you act confused, they don't comfort you. They insist your memory is faulty. You start paying more attention to details, but the more you remember, the more they deny. You begin to doubt yourself, making you feel guilty for your real emotions. If you express hurt, you're told you're too sensitive. If you're upset, you're being dramatic. If you stay silent, you're labeled cold. No matter what you do, you're wrong. Over time, you start doubting your feelings. Instead of expressing your pain, you question whether that pain is even valid, isolating you from others. The manipulator slowly distances you from your friends, family, and loved ones. They might say things like, "They don't understand you like I do," or, "If you tell them, they'll think you're crazy." The result, you withdraw until the manipulator's voice is the only one left, and they gain full control over your reality. Redefining truth to suit their narrative. When confronted, they twist the story. "I was just trying to help you," or "You remembered it wrong." They turn harmful actions into proof of love. They'll repeatedly say you're too negative, too sensitive, or ungrateful. When your basic understanding of right and wrong gets flipped, you lose direction, stripping away your control over your own life. Eventually, when your trust in yourself is gone, you let others make decisions for you: what to wear, what to say, how to feel. You begin living in fear of judgment, of being wrong, of upsetting someone. You lose inner freedom, even if everything seems fine on the outside. Gaslighting is not your fault. The most important thing to remember: you are not the cause. Gaslighting doesn't happen because you're weak, naive, or overly emotional. It happens because someone chose to manipulate you for their emotional gain, power, or control. You were just someone who trusted, who loved, or tried to do right in a relationship where the other person didn't respect that. Gaslighting is not proof that something is wrong with you. It's proof that you've been led away from who you truly are. Recognizing gaslighting in everyday life. Gaslighting isn't always obvious. Sometimes it comes from people with respected positions, positive reputations, or even those closest to you. Some common signs: you clearly remember something, but the other person keeps insisting you don't. You feel hurt by their actions, but they say, "It's not a big deal." You're constantly blamed for how others feel. You find yourself apologizing all the time, even when you've done nothing wrong. You no longer feel confident making simple decisions. You start hiding how you feel, afraid of being told you're too sensitive. Gaslighting doesn't always come with yelling. Sometimes it's a quiet smile that makes you freeze. A condescending look every time you speak your truth. A long silence after you open up about your pain. Breaking free from the invisible prison. Escaping gaslighting isn't just about leaving a person or a place. It's a journey back to yourself, step by step, full of courage and pain, but entirely possible. Name it for what it is. When you label what's happening gaslighting, you take back the power to define reality. You're not overly sensitive. You're having a normal response to abnormal behavior. Write things down and keep evidence. Keep a journal. Write down events the way you remember them. This helps you stay connected to your truth, especially when you start to feel unclear again. Think of it as a map, helping you find your way out of the maze. Connect with honest people. Reach out to friends, family, or professionals experienced in emotional abuse. You don't need advice. You need validation. Hearing from others that your feelings are reasonable can help rebuild your trust in your own instincts. Listen to your body and emotions. You may have been taught that emotions are wrong. Now is the time to listen again. Fatigue, anxiety, tension, flinching. These are valuable internal signals. They're trustworthy companions, not enemies. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries aren't selfish. They protect your life energy. Saying no to the manipulator, cutting off toxic conversations, and distancing yourself from those who dismiss your truth. These are actions of someone healing. Reclaim your right to choose. Start with small decisions: what to eat, what to wear, how to reply to a message. Each choice helps rebuild the broken bridge between you and your intuition. You deserve to be yourself. You may have been led away from the truth, but that truth is still there, inside you. Beneath all the doubt and confusion, you are still someone who trusted, who loved, who wanted something good. You are not crazy. You are not wrong. You were misled, but you can return. You have the right to feel hurt. You have the right to be angry. You have the right to be heard. You have the right to live a life that belongs to you and no one else. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but every small step toward being honest with yourself is a step away from the invisible prison. Every act of self-respect is an act of freedom. Every time you say, "I trust my feelings," you reclaim ownership of your life. Light returns from within. Recovering from gaslighting is a lonely journey, but not a hopeless one. It begins with a quiet voice inside that still dares to say, Something about this isn't right. No matter how often others deny you, the light is still there within. No one can extinguish it unless you give up on it. You don't need anyone to save you. The one who can save you best is already within you. And once that light is touched, it will never go out again.